Let's now talk about keyboard shortcuts in VS Code, and you may have noticed that everything we did with the mouse until now, if we hover over the respective button, we will see its name and then its keyboard shortcut. We can see this inside the activity bar, we can see this inside the menu bar. Different entries in the menu have different keyboard shortcuts. For example, at our main entries inside the interface, we see the keyboard shortcuts to toggle them on or off. For example, the primary sidebar, it's Ctrl B. If I press Ctrl B, I can hide it or show it, fair enough. Well, what I like about VS Code is that I really don't have to remember any of these shortcuts. Why is that? Well, first of all, they are written in their perspective place. Also, if we will go at the gear box right here, and if we will press it and then go to keyboard shortcuts, I will click on this, we will get a list with all the keyboard shortcuts inside VS Code. And we can see with this list on the left, we can see the command description, what it does, we can see its key binding, and also on the right we can see the source, that is the system. Later we will install extensions and they will come with their own keyboard shortcuts. Also, if you want, you can simply edit them and change this key binding, press another key combination and override this key binding. Well, over time you will come to learn your own key bindings regarding for your own specific workspace that you will do with VS Code. But there's one key shortcut that you need to remember, and there's only one that you need to know, and that is the command palette or the show all commands entry right here. You can call it with command or control shift and P like this, or with F1 like this. So this is the command palette. This is the only key shortcut that you need to remember, and with this command palette now at your disposal you have everything you need to do inside VS Code. For example, you can maybe you want to change the color theme, you can search for color theme. Maybe you want something from Git, you can search something from Git. Maybe you want to restart VS Code, or you want to maybe reset the view, or maybe you want to toggle the minimap. For example, you can call toggle minimap, something like this. This is, if I will call this, and then I will open a file, any file, for example, then on the right I will have its minimap. What I want to point out is that you need to remember this, and with this maybe you want to format. The sky is the limit on what you can do with VS Code. And one last point with inside this lecture is that if you are coming from other editors, you can also import their key bindings. For example, if I will go to the extensions view, we will see more about this view in the next lectures. But for example, in the extensions view, if I will search for key map, you will see extensions for maybe other editors that you may know, and if you will install these extensions, then you will also have your own key maps that you are already familiar with, just as a side note. Well, let's proceed to the next lecture and talk about visual customization for VS Code.